Let's go. The wind stopped for a second. Hey everyone. Day 2 of the Stitchy road trip. Day 2. We are in Drouin at the golf club. See, there's the golf club. And it's a bit breezy out here. We're just waiting to get in and start setting up. It's the crazy first day of retreat. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. So we will catch you later. Guys, we're here with table number 1. This table have so far been winning most of the prizes. They are the legendary winners table. What are you stitching on, lovely lady?
Little Princess.
Little Princess by Heaven and Earth Designs. Oh
Yep.
My goodness, look at that.
Up to the head.
Are you doing over 1 on 28?
Yeah.
That is stunning. Gorgeous. And you had another one as well that you were working on. And it's black work.
It's a peppermint purple Sal. Free.
Lovely.
Free.
Beautiful. I love the different variations of colour you're using. Fantastic, thank you. And here we've got a beautiful bookshelf being done. And I think I recognise that bookshelf. I can't remember the name of it, but it's nice to see the different things. We've got some beautiful little Christmas, like Afghan style things stitched on. And it's good to see everyone's different setups. Oh, this one's done a lot.
Yeah.
I think you spent all yesterday gridding.
No, I actually pre-gridded everything. I started one yesterday and I'm starting another one
So
today.
new one a day?
Yep.
Lovely.
Pretty much.
Good thing to do at a retreat. I'm actually going to be similar, not a new starter day, but I'm doing a different piece each day. Mostly because I'm a bit of an idiot and I took it home last night and I'm nearly finished and I left it at home. So yeah, so it's all right. So we have lovely Diana. Diana's one of our regular friends we've met before, and she's doing Winter Woods. There we go, by Satsuma Street.
Yeah, my favourite designer.
Yes, look at that. And you're doing an order for a new box today.
Yeah.
And this one we've got Skating Santa Stocking. And oh wow, look how much you've done. You're nearly finished. Might even make a retreat finish potentially. Lovely. And lucky last on this table, we've got one of Alice.
Alice in Wonderland Bothy thread.
Yes, one of the Bothy kids.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Well, thank you ladies for sharing. Table number 2, and I'm just going to start by zooming in the middle to this beautiful Elizabeth. That is stunning. Well done. Is that yours? There you are. This is the talented stitcher, so we'll start with her.
I just know how to follow instructions. I'm not
Yes.
that good.
All right. So look how much she's done on this one. She's about to start. She's got a new start of beautiful. And we picked out the fabric for this one yesterday, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks.
Me too.
Very nice. And you've gone with the lighter side of the fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's one of the my royal range. So you can
Yes.
see on this part you've got more of the brown, and on this side you've got less of the brown. So you have a choice. So that's really cool. All right, we've got a full coverage happening here. What is it?
So this was a Christmas present from my daughter for me to give back to her when I finished.
Oh, okay, so she
So-
gave it to you as a present to stitch.
Yes.
And then you have to stitch it and return it to her as a present.
Yes, and so then I decided that the black backstitch could wait, and it can't wait any longer because it's got to go back to her by Christmas.
Right, well that's good. So you're going for backstitch.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. We've got the invisible man here. All right, what are you doing,
I
lovely?
have got a 4 season cell from Modern Folk Embroidery, and I'm using cottage garden threads.
You are beautiful. What a lovely colour choice. Stunning. It matches your jumper too.
Yeah, thank you.
And what about this one?
It is a stained glass Minions.
Yes, look at that minion. He's so cute. Fantastic. And here we've got a big scroll frame on a PVC stand. Oh, look at that cool way it's sticking on the end. I'm always interested in people's setups.
Yeah, my husband
And
made
one
that
of the
for me,
little
so
across
yeah.
lights. So we've got, okay, it's a cottage garden sampling.
Yep, the Year in the Woods.
Year in the Woods.
Number
yeah.
8.
Number eight.
yes.
Fantastic. All right, Belinda.
I have Soul Tropica by Bella Filipina.
Oh, yes.
This was a little star at JK's retreat and I haven't picked it up since, so it needs some love.
There you go. Looking good. Very nice. Okay, thank you guys here.
I've got Luca S. Christmas.
Yep, that's all right. That's good. Lovely. He looks great. And what have we got here?
Monthly butterfly sale, so I'm doing October at the moment.
Oh, you're not too far behind.
No.
That's impressive. And you've got a pattern that's going away and packing up.
And one
Oh,
that's coming
look at
out.
this. She has won one of the prizes. Look, she won this prize and so she's going to start on her new prize. That is a good choice.
I'm not starting on the prize. I'm going to continue on
Oh,
something
okay.
else.
Well, that was actually the prize I was eyeing off, so good job for you.
Sorry.
That's all right. She was our first finish, which we just shown, so you will have seen that. Here we go. We've got a new start for the retreat. by the looks of
I'm
it.
doing Winter Rose Manor.
Oh, Winter Rose Manor. Beautiful. Lovely choice of fabric there too. Just the vintage country mocha. This invisible person is doing a very nice piece there.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Those music notes, stunning.
You can come back and see them.
Oh, okay. I'm allowed to go back in a second. And what have you got? Oh, the Australia map.
Map of Australia, but from Odyssey.
Beautiful. Fantastic. All right, I'm coming back to see. Oh, this is the one you were doing. Yes.
So this is James Webb Space Telescope Stitch Along from Flaming Goat Designs in England.
Wonderful. That looks so good.
Doing it for my 15-year-old son.
I think he will enjoy that.
He loves them.
Thanks for sharing.
Because you start.
Table 4 has a lot of beautiful pieces on it. They're off having morning tea at the moment, most of them. But I'm sneaking in to get a shot of their beautiful work. Look at this gorgeous over tiny count on 40 count. Here we are. Here's one who's not afraid to show me. Flock together from hands on design. We're about to play bingo. So we're madly working our bingo numbers down, aren't we? And we have a new start here because this person, the Floss Boss, aka Deb, left her whip at home in Sydney, so she had to get all new stuff. What is this piece?
It's the Pride and Prejudice, Heaven and Earth.
Lovely.
The one that you can tell Mr. Darcy is calling first,
Right.
because he's the only Mr. Darcy.
He's the only one that counts. That's fair enough. And look, we've got a beautiful, sparkly. It's nice to see so many people using their gathering stitches, needle lighters. Laura, who we're going to chat to again in a minute. But what are you stitching, Laura?
This is an RTO kit, but the name is always difficult to remember. It's like with the wind or salt and whatnot. I will figure it out.
Okay, so it's seagull looking in a window in your brain.
Yeah, with a nice reflection.
That's gorgeous.
I'm going to try and finish it. We'll see.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, now these two here, I got new starts for Winter Rose Manor, and there's nothing, basically, oh, hold on, we have some stitches in this one. Very nice, very nice. And we, oh, what, is this the same piece? Yep, 3 people on this table, they're doing a team start. And what I'll do is just show you these beautiful floss colours that we've got happening for Winter Rose Manor. Stunning. Beautiful. And then we've got another bingo number here, but we're going to chat to Florine a bit later. And we've got the retreat piece starting. So there you go. You made a good start on that. Well done. Lucky last on the table. What is this one? Show me. Yes, they don't want to talk. It's perfectly fine. artises, houses, barns, birds, and swirl tree. Very good start there. Well done. Right, this is table 7. This is the naughty table where I sit. Rachel's currently having morning tea, but she's working on Joy and Noel today. And this lovely lady is working on a mirabilia, and I can't remember which one.
Pretty and pink.
Pretty in pink, so very beautiful. And then this one has a lovely, using one of these sand setups.
Bell pool, whatever that one
A bell pool with a beautiful bird and a tree happening. We've got a whole tin of chocolates at the front, and then we've got using one of these cool stands, and we have got beautiful.
It's a mirabilia and this is earth. It's the 4 senses.
4 senses. There we go. Lovely. And then coming across to Helen.
Hello.
It's filming. It's stitching the same piece when we last saw Helen.
That's
on the
right,
cruise.
but I've done a lot more since then. It's a piece by the artist Kandinsky,
Yeah.
who is, and the piece is called Artist with Houses.
And that shows where you're up
That's
to.
where I'm up to, is about halfway through.
So if you remember when we last met Helen on the cruise,
I hadn't started.
She hadn't. She started it on the cruise, so you're doing really well. That's
So yeah, it's coming along.
lovely. Now Natalie, hi Nina.
Hello.
Natalie's doing.
I'm stitching the Victorian Pink Heath, which is the retreat project.
Yes,
And I've done quite a fair bit.
and she has. And Natalie and I were both started this together,
I know.
stitching it different ways, and then I left mine at home. So she's going to beat me to the finish today.
It's the only way I can do that.
So it's pretty good. Isn't it beautiful?
It is lovely.
And I do say, everyone has commented on how perfectly the colour for the fabric, but I give that credit to Jackie because she told me what she thought would fit.
She was the brains behind
She was.
the colour.
And we had a discussion and a conference about, I didn't see the pattern, but she said what she thought and we worked it out, and I'm very happy that I did exactly what suits, so that's really good.
Oh yes, and here's the little retreat reminder
Retreat
on the
reminder.
project.
Thing is-
There we go.
As I said, lots of people using that. It's great to see.
Hi guys, I found a Flosstuber in the wild. So, what Flosstuber did I find, Laura?
Well, my name is Laura, or you can say Laura either way. And I have a channel, I Stitch Birds. Well, with a question mark at the end, so I guess it's like, I Stitch Birds.
Do I? Sometimes, most of the time. We just, when I did the quick walk around a minute ago, we saw the beautiful bird piece that was being stitched with the seagull looking in the window.
Yeah, I'm so hoping to finish it. It would be my first ever finish at a retreat because usually I get nothing done.
Well, that's good. I'm finding that this is a really lovely retreat for getting stitching done.
Yes, just about everybody is doing lots of stitching. It's amazing.
It's just wonderful. So we've stepped out the back of the golf club to film this. So hopefully the wind's not getting in the microphone and you can hear us. We've got people practicing their drives in the little, I don't know, it looks like cricket nets to me, but I'm not a golfer, so
I have no idea.
I'm sure it's a driving net or something, got some technical name in golfing. All right, well, we thought we might talk to you about the retreat exclusive pieces because you were involved in one of them.
That's right.
So tell us about the one that you're holding.
Yeah, because I really like stitching Russian designs, and especially ones with a lot of back stitching and, of course, birds. So I got in touch with a designer called Vic Dollin, and she donated this wonderful design, which I
Just get digging out to get the, there you go.
What was it? Because I already forgot the name of it, and of course I didn't write it there in
English.
I can't even remember.
Anyway.
It was something about spring arriving, I think.
Well, let's call it cute bird in yellow wreath. Look at it.
Perfect.
Come closer. That is just stunning, and I love the choice of fabric you did with the mottling on it. That looks like one of the printed mottling.
Yeah, it's the one from Spotlight. You can
Yes.
get the different ones. So this is like the Meadow Dew, I think it was called.
Lovely. And on 14 count Ada.
Yeah.
And it looks like it is basically full crosses.
Oh boy, you're
Mostly.
asking difficult
No,
questions today.
It looks like it's mostly full
I think it
crosses.
is full crosses, and then it had like a couple of
Coloured back stitches.
yeah, and a bead for the eye.
Oh yes.
And then just loads and loads of backstitching in all colours.
And
Lots of blends as well, of course.
Well, that's really wonderful that you were able to stitch that model because it makes such a difference seeing it.
Well, I was hoping that it would encourage maybe someone else to stitch it because it might look really scary when looking at the pattern.
It does look scary looking at the pattern, but the bird is beautiful, and that is definitely, you know, when you see the real thing, it is so much more encouraging. It does not look complicated at all with the pattern. Wonderful.
It's like bit by bit.
And the other one we have got is by is the Victorian Pink Heath, which Natalie showed you.
Yes, by Fuzzy Fox Designs, that one.
So that's this one here. This is the model of that one. Just cover Laura's face.
Yes.
All right, so that's it finished. And as I said, I would have had it finished today if I hadn't have left it in my hotel room. Silly me. And there's just too many golfers here for me to go drive back and get it because then I wouldn't have a car spot.
I left my seagull here overnight hoping that someone would break in and finish it, but no, it didn't happen.
Gee, the cross-stitch thieves didn't come and finish our stitching. Well, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Out of luck. So, question for you. Is this your first retreat?
No, I have been to 3, but they were all the Big Stitches ones. So.
Right, so the Big Stitches. So you've only been to retreats in Victoria.
That's right.
How are you finding this retreat?
It is so relaxed and peaceful, and we're getting so much done, and it's just really nice, like not too many vendors. It's like a perfect sort of trio now here.
It really is. It's lovely. Yes, they've got 3 vendors. Another one arrived today. So
and oh my gosh, so much food.
Oh my goodness, food is amazing. Isn't it?
Yeah.
As I said,
we're full the whole time.
You know, I don't care about food too much, but I do care about being able to have some as a gluten-free person. So I am very picky, and you do hear a lot about it on my Flosstubes because, again, it's part of my public announcements, public service announcements.
Yeah.
So the Drouin Golf Club does really good catering for special diets and regular people, my goodness. But also the food that they're getting and the food that we're getting are very comparable, although different. Comparable. Like we got mini quiches this morning. They got mini quiches. So I don't feel left out.
Yeah, the gluten-free dinner was pretty much the same as the roast beef one for the rest. And
exactly. Yeah. So would you recommend people come to the Gathering Stitches if it gets held again?
Definitely, especially if you want to get lots done, you know.
Yes.
And just have a nice time because there isn't as much movement as there might be at other retreats where there's loads of people. So it's definitely much more peaceful one in that way.
It really is. Well, that's great. So you've got a goal to go and finish a piece, so I better let you get back to it.
I want to ring that bell.
Yes. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
You're welcome.
And remember, I stitch birds on Flosstube. And we have a second Flosstuber in the wild here.
Hi guys, it's Floss from Floss's Corner on YouTube. I tend to share mostly Flosstube videos, but sometimes I might show other things that are pretty interesting in my life, like my dogs or what I'm doing with, dining out and stuff like that. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking a moment. I spun the camera around so you got a nicer view behind you of the golf course. So again, hopefully the wind's not picking up in the microphone. So what have you been stitching on in this retreat?
Well, I stitched Winter Cabin, but I actually put it at home because I'm just going to put a pause on that. And this is just the bunnies.
Come a bit
you
closer
can just
for
see
us.
like a little bit of it. This is the second bunny. I'm at the final stretch, so maybe like about 4% left down here. Not going to get it finished this retreat, but I'm going to just put on maybe a couple of % extra.
And one thing I'm noticing with your style, you're using the nudge hoop, and you folded over the excess fabric on the front to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
That's very neat, and it's a different way than what I've seen before.
And this is your fabric.
I was going to say, I can tell that's my fabric because of the number, because I write the number on the corner.
Yeah.
So it's a 16 count piece of my fabric in probably
blue sky.
Yeah, blue sky. I was going to say blue breath or blue sky. It's hard to see out in the sun because it's very bright out here. Well, that's lovely. Now, is this your first retreat?
No, last year I went to Vic Stitches retreat. Yeah.
Awesome. So you've done Victorian retreats as well. How are you finding the Gathering Stitches retreat?
I know more people this time round, so I've been chatting within the table. So it's more relaxing for me.
That's good. You feel more comfortable. That's awesome. Did you have far to travel to get here?
40 minutes.
That's not far.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it was a little bit scary, driving in the dark.
Oh, getting home last
Yesterday,
night. Yeah, because we finished about 9 o'clock last night officially. So I'm getting home. Oh, that's lovely. Now, what would you suggest to people who haven't been to a retreat before? What would be your biggest bit of information, like suggestion for them to feel more comfortable?
Get a couple of stitching buddies first, and then
Go with a couple of
them.
friends.
Yeah.
That way you've got some friends and you feel comfortable.
And it would be better if they're like more extroverted than you, because then you kind of get dragged to know more people.
Which is good, and it's a great way to do it. Well, thank you for taking the time to wander all the way out here to the driving range so that we could say hello and meet a Flosstuber. So please check out, what was the name again?
Floz from Floz's Corner.
So Floz's Corner, spell Floz's Corner for me.
FLOZS Corner.
So with the apostrophe as 2 words with a space or 1 word?
Two words with a space.
There we go. Just getting it right. I mean, we will link it below, but just in case you're wanting to jump on, we're always trying to find new Flosstubers, and Floss is actually a new one for me to find, so it's fantastic. All right.
Thank you.
Check it out. We got to go stitch. All right, we're here at the brag table, and my goodness, there's some beautiful pieces. Tiffany just finished the one this morning. We showed you that, the Rainbow Lorikeets by Country Threads. Then we've got here, it's by Kathy finished, the Vintage Bird Cage by Leslie Tier on 14 count Ada with DMC. Laura finished Perfect Halloween by Elizabeth Spurlock on Black Ada with DMC. Robin finished Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais with fabric from Number 12 Stitch Co. and using the Called for Wigs and Gentle Arts. This one is Diane, and she's finished, oh, I can't read that, Something Garden by Una Vina Pizza on Ada with DMC. So Linda has finished the Mermaid Sal by Bella Filipina with an Under the Seas fabric and the Called for Flosses. We've got a beautiful geisha here by Kathy, Oriental Lady, Leslie Tell on Ada, 14 Ada for DMC. Amy also entered in the Whittlesea show. She won prizes, Apple Bookmark. We've got Belinda did Dragon Cell from Hayate. That was the Dragon Cell from this year. That she finished. Wonderful. And Jane has done a piece of beautiful canvas work on 18 count canvas. We've got Jackie has finished her Our Forest Emerald City. We've got Jess has done a vintage cowgirl. That's beautiful. By Number of Shots, 18 count Ada DMC. Jane's done, just turn around this way for this one, a bold band sampler by Chatelaine on a even weave, lots of threads. Florina, who we just met, has done the Victorian Elegance. Can't read the designer, but absolutely stunning. Look at this one. Hasn't got its name on it, but there is a Paddock Lane Designs Happy Birthday from the Sassy pouch. And I love how she's added the stars to it. That's really cool. Amy Murphy has done buns, A to Z designer. And Amy's, I feel like that's buns. I feel like that's on the beach. So I think they're the wrong way around. I'm going to fix that. They're buns. All right, Jane has got Eclipses of Elizabeth II. And it's by Gay Ann Rogers. So, beautiful brag cable. Table number 6, which is actually really table number 1. It's the main table because it features Jackie, who is one of the organisers, and the other organisers. We've got Alison, we've got Donna, and Amy. Yes, just names jumped out. And look, we have a little wolf over there. So, what are you stitching on, Miss Kim?
I am stitching Apple Tree by Mojo Stitches.
Yeah, look at that. I'm just going to come in close. Look at that. I love this piece of Joanna's. It is stunning. I'm going to have to get it. And Jackie is starting the retreat piece, obviously, But I want to show you Jackie's setup. She's got one of these really cool retreat mats. Where did you get your retreat mat from?
Kim gave it to me as a gift, but it's from, hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
It's from
Is it?
Gamma's Treasures. I think they're Canadian on Etsy.
That's a lovely gift, and I'm very interested in that's a great setup. Fantastic. It just sort of claims your space. I love that. Here is a fellow designer that I just discovered called Ali B's Designs. And she also has a Etsy shop, I'm going to guess.
Yes.
With a whole bunch of stuff that I'll show you in a second after I interview. What are you stitching on?
I'm stitching on 16 count, just my own dyed fabric.
And the Study of Skulls Part 9.
By the Stitch Crypt.
Fantastic. All right, we have a little wolf here. So who are you?
I am Medusa 748.
Uh-huh.
I'm making a Christmas card for my friend.
Oh, wonderful. Look at that. Lovely. Okay. And there's the stitching we've got. So the dragon, look at that.
Wild bluebell patterns on one of those Target cushions.
Oh, wonderful. How are you finding the Target cushion to stitch on?
Actually, with the hoop to keep it tight, it's fine. It's kind of like a 14 count.
Just like a big 14 count.
Yep.
Fantastic. And not much to see on this one either.
No, I just restarted it.
Clothy threads restart.
Yep. And waders.
Lovely.
Yep.
Thank you guys. That's great. Why did you restart it?
Well, I'm trying to get the threads the right way around this now at time.
Okay.
They're all blended, so I'm trying to get the colours the right direction.
You're being getting distracted by running things and
Yes,
you've got cross stitch 101. Okay, not a problem. Thank you. What's left of morning tea, my goodness. Look at that. That's what left of morning tea. All right, so coming over here to the next one, Ali B's design. She's got needle minders. She does clothes, cross stitch themed clothing. She's got these really cool like magnet strips for hanging your work. So like for when you finish it, super cool. There's her company name, Ali B Designs. Some whole bunch of really cool little bits and bobs. She makes earrings as well, little bags, and she's got some Ada as well. So there you go, that's Ali B Design. Last day of retreat. Everyone's getting madly stitching, chatting, having a lovely time. I just wanted to put a little sweep of the room in. And also we have a new addition to our table today. Say hi, Justin.
Hello.
Justin the handlebar stitcher came to visit from Cottage Garden Threads. So it has been a fantastic retreat. It has just been announced that the Gathering Stitches retreat will happen again next year. Same place, same idea. Possibly room for a couple more people in October or November. So watch the Cross Stitches of Australian Cross Stitching Retreat Facebook page to find out more details, and I'll let you know when I know. Definitely worth coming. Hello Flosstube, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natalie.
Shady Tree Stitches and Paddock Lane Designs.
Nitty Nat Stitches. And we are coming from very different lands. So I would like to acknowledge that today Lisa and I are on the Gunai-Kurnai lands in eastern Victoria.
And why are we here? Because we are on our way back from the Gathering Stitches retreat in Drouin, which you will have been watching on my channel, but this is a joint video, this one. Natalie and I are just both going to have this on our channels as a recap of our retreat experience. So if you watch both of us, you can, pick which one you want to watch.
Exactly, it'll be the same on both of our channels.
So thank you for joining us. Grab your cuppa, grab your stitching, sit back and hear all about the wonderful time we had at the Gathering Stitches retreat in Drouin, Victoria, Australia.
Yes.
Yes, so let's start with the venue.
Where were we?
Where were we?
We were at the Drouin Golf Club in Drouin. We were in their function room in there. It was a really lovely space with beautiful large windows that let in a stack of natural light. We had Eight tables.
Eight tables with 7 people on each approximately.
Yes.
Which was so much space. I had enough space to take up my usual amount of mess, plus a whole shop worth of, like not the shop, but the shop selling point of mess.
Yes. Your sale point.
My sale point was on my space as well. And we had room today to even squeeze in another person.
It was really good.
It was great.
Yeah.
The venue was fantastic. The lighting was great. The staff were great, very helpful.
So helpful.
And we got fed so much food. And just to follow on from my usual spiels, gluten-free dietary requirements, way to go.
It was incredible. Everybody who had a dietary requirement was considerate, were taken care of with such a high degree of consideration. It was really lovely.
And today for lunch, we had burgers. And they actually wanted everyone to tell them how they wanted their burger. So you got an individualized burger. Did you want it with bacon, egg, pineapple? What did you want?
Beetroot, onions,
or just cheese? You know. So that degree of attention to detail was very impressive.
It was incredible. Yes,
it was great. And so huge thank you to Jackie and her team for putting it on. Jackie's one of our lovely Zoom friends, so we know her really well, and we have been involved in the planning process as well, and we feel very honoured that she included us in her market research for the event.
Yes.
And will undoubtedly continue to do so. And she took on board the advice, and she's weighed up all the things, and it was just fantastic. So who did we have there to buy some stash acquisitions from?
We had Ali B's Designs.
Ali B Designs, yes. I got 2 things from Ali B Designs. I had not met either of the other 2 vendors, and I was so impressed with both of them that I have invited them to participate in the Great Australian Shindig in January. So hopefully they'll accept the invitation and we'll get to see more of their wonderful work. I am going to have to insert a picture of one of the things I got, but Ali B is she does some designers, but she's trying to fill in the niche of things that aren't readily accessible. And I bought a pair of Christmas earrings. Look at those. They are cross-stitch. It's a kit.
And Snap.
Snap. We both
You
got
didn't
them.
know I got this
I didn't know you had the same ones, Natalie. So I got them particularly because I have always thought it would be cool to have cross-stitch earrings, but because I work in a school, I have to dress for Christmas for the last few weeks, and what better thing to wear than a pair of cross-stitched earrings? So
it's just perfection, really, isn't
and
it?
she had a whole range of different ones. So check her out. She's on Etsy, Ali B Designs. We will put the link below.
I also got from Ali B Designs this little design of a blue-ringed octopus. So blue-ringed octopus are native to southern waters of Australia, and they are absolutely adorable, but deadly venomous.
And it's not just a design, it's the full kit to finish it with the hoop. So it's a little hoop finish, a mini hoop finish, and it's super cute. It's got everything in it needs.
A pattern, fabric, hoop, threads, and a needle, just in case. So you could purchase this from Ali B Designs and have her ship it to a stitchy friend of yours, knowing that they have everything. And this looks like it would be easy enough for a beginner stitcher. It's not beginner, but it doesn't have very many colours. It looks like it's quite a simple design.
It
just
has full crosses.
Full crosses with back stitch.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's just a sample of Ali B's design work. And as we said, check out her Etsy shop. The other item I did, she had a lot of things to do with accessories that were printed, some cute little things she's made. Really exciting range. You will see a video of it somewhere in my video, but I bought a t-shirt from her, and I'm going to have to show you that maybe next video, because it was super cool, super me, very different from my sort of t-shirt. So I'm wearing, you know, my stitching's my therapy one again. Mostly because it's the only one of mine I actually have in my size. I need to get some more delivered, I think. So yeah, definitely worth checking out. The second vendor was a fantastic lady named Robin, and she's from Stitch and Stash, handmade by Robin. If you want to show the card,
there's her card.
She makes project bags, which are brilliant. But even more exciting than making project bags, she finishes cross stitches onto high quality project bags, people. If you're looking for a finishing idea, she does that option. We don't have any of that to show you, And her husband also makes wooden accessories like boxes and things. So stay tuned in Paddock Lane Designs Land, and you might start to see some of them appearing soon if it works out that that's going to happen. Project bags, what did you get, Nat?
So I got 3 project bags, but I only have 2 because I gave one of them away to my mother.
Aww.
My mother taught me how to cross stitch, and this is a retreat that was local to her. So I spent some time with my mum and I gave her one of the project bags as a thank you to her, because she did the driving between home and the retreat. So this was one. It's got lyrebirds on it.
Lovely.
They are beautiful, and they are a bird that is native to the area, and we've seen them just over the hills back of where we were at the retreat. And this is just a really lovely patchwork style, and check out the beautiful bling on the zipper pulls as well. So yes,
really good and
what
high
bags?
quality. Well,
Yes.
I ended up buying 6, but I'm only showing you 3 because I have got some as presents for people, and
Yes.
I don't want to give it away.
No.
But they were such good quality that I splurged on 6 project bags. And they're the right size. I got this beautiful purple patchwork one with gorgeous bling on it.
Oh, these bags, you can fit A4 sheets into
Yes,
them.
A4 sheets and 11x8 Q snaps and all the bits and bobs. So this is actually what turned into my retreat project bag. So that's very me. If anyone ever wants to know what's actually Lisa's aesthetic, that's Lisa's aesthetic.
It really is your aesthetic.
However,
what else did you get?
Another one in my aesthetic.
Oh,
Another
snap.
But you'll notice they're all different. Mine's
are.
got top is this, and hers has got stripy.
And it's stripy on the back.
And I've got patch on the
Patchwork all the
I
way
think I
around.
got mine before Nat, but that's okay.
Mine's better than yours.
Well, that's in your opinion, and that's fine. And I got a beautiful Christmas one.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Do you have projects in mind that you're going to put in those?
I'm actually thinking I might relocate my Veronique Enginger Christmas
tree
into it for now.
Totally appropriate.
Totally appropriate.
Yes.
They deserve to have projects straight away when I get home, and now that I've shown them on Flosstube, they can.
And the other vendor was
Oh yeah,
Lisa from Paddock Lanes.
I didn't buy a thing from myself. I did use a tape measure.
I bought a thing from you.
You bought a few things from me.
I did, but
not too bad though.
Not too bad. I really did restrain myself. I did buy a piece of, this is avocado.
Yes, avocado mousse or pistachio mousse, one of those.
Yes, and it's really hard to tell in this room and this very yellow lighting. It is a really light brown green. It's very lightly mottled. It's almost a solid colour.
Almost. It was one of my previous fabric of the months from the year. So a special one.
I was very lucky to find.
Yes. And Natalie also was brave and did buy something else from me that she'd never tried.
Oh yes, some ball tip needles.
Yes.
So yes.
We don't need to see them.
No.
But Natalie was brave enough to try them. So what did you think of the ball tips?
I found that I am a lover of the now discontinued Pat Carson's favourite needles, and they are no longer made. They are not available anywhere. Rare, and they're just a beautiful length with a lovely long and wide and perfectly machined eye. I do not use a needle threader, so having a perfectly machined eye of a needle is a really important thing. And the ball tip needles, so they are made by Sullivan's. They are a bit longer. I found them to be a bit longer in length to the Pat Carson's. The eye is nice and wide, but it is not very long. But I still could thread the needle without needing a separate needle threader. And I taught our friend Rachel how to do that as well.
Awesome.
So I found the ball tip needle to be really good for locating the holes in quite tightly woven even weave. So I found that to be good. It just found the holes.
It just glides through so easily.
It was really good, and I will definitely be growing the collection of those. So I now have 2 of those.
There you go. She has 1 packet.
I have 1 packet which contains 2. They are not cheap.
No, they are not cheap.
No, they were. So Lisa is very generous to her stitches, and they are 16 Australian dollars for a packet with 2 needles. So they're $8 a needle, which is really expensive as far as needles go.
It is. But they are worth it. They are very nice. But they're not the sort of needle, like I have a needle in every one of my projects. No. So that's what Nat said to me. And I went, well, I use them on certain projects.
Yes.
Because they're in the project with that project. But I feel like they're the ones that should be in my notions box to come out and use all the time or for special fabrics and projects. So yes. And so that was good. So yes, so she was a very good girl and she didn't go overboard and that was wonderful.
Yes.
Just on that though, thank you so much to all the customers who visited the Paddock Lane Design store. It was so wonderful to be able to have the space to set it all up properly and not be cluttered, and to be able to meet so many of my previous customers whose names I knew, and meet the faces, and also make some new customers, and just be able to bring to the Gippsland region affordable and available cross-stitching products, because they don't have an LNS.
There are no LNS stores. We've got Spotlight.
Yep.
There are a couple of patchwork shops, and they sell embroidery needles and tapestry needles.
The basics.
The basics. They sell some DMC. Cottage Garden Threads is local to Gippsland.
Yep.
But there are no real stores that really they don't retail those threads with the broad range that we know is available to customers.
And it was really good because I think with the 3 vendors we had, we covered the needs of everyone.
Yes.
Without it being overkill, without us having to compete with each other.
No.
We complemented each other. And that's so important to me. I like working collaboratively and complementing. And as I said, we've got future plans now for collaboration, and it's fantastic.
That's right. And it's all credit to Jackie and the team for really curating the selection of vendors that were available to the stitches there.
And also matching the vendors to their clientele that they knew were coming, as far as budget, needs. So actually the biggest item I sold, was actually the large even weave, followed by the large and medium aiders.
Yeah.
And then excitingly, my designs.
Yeah. Yeah, and that really does reflect the need. There just isn't a store that sells fabric that's over-dyed, and it's one of those things where if you're not used to, you might see it on Flosstube. You might see it on someone's work. Say you've gone to a show, an agricultural show, and you've looked at the needlework and you've seen some really lovely fabric, and it's really challenging and confronting to go down the path of purchasing it online, where you're not sure whether the lighting has changed the way that fabric looks and the way that your computer screen is set up to show that.
That's the thing. No matter how hard we try to get the colour to match, that's only on our end. Your computer screen can read it differently, so it's never the same. And no 2 pieces are ever the same either.
That's right.
But it's nice to be able to help people with the actual pieces, the counts they want, help them with transitions. I love the fact when they bring their threads, and I know Natalie was helping someone with one as well, and it's just fun to have it there to play with and help each other out and go, okay. I mean, that's actually why Natalie ended up getting the fabric, was because she won a prize.
I did.
So let's go to
let's talk about the games that we played.
Prizes.
There was bingo, where we just selected our own numbers. We weren't given numbers, so we had to do the work with choosing our lucky numbers for bingo. And so there were 3 bingo games.
Yep.
There were 6 bingo prizes available throughout the
and the prizes were on a table, all wrapped up in clear cellophane. So when you won a prize, whoever won the first game got the first pick, and etc. etc.
That's right. We also played Guess the DMC,
colours. Someone had
Yeah,
stitched.
someone had stitched some colour swatches of DMC, and it was a mystery what those colours
I
were.
would have liked to have known the answers.
Oh, I know the answers.
Oh, good. Okay.
I've got the answers on my
Great.
phone.
I'd love to see
I'll show them to
Thank
you
you.
later. And there was also guess the number of DMC wrappers.
Wrappers, yeah.
That were in a jar. So kind of like guess the number of jelly beans in a jar.
And there was 500 and something.
580, I thought.
Yeah, 500
It was a
something.
lot.
Yes. Not as many
More
as
than I thought.
Well, less than I thought, but that's okay. And so Natalie also then participated in...
I participated in all the games.
Yes.
But I didn't win bingo.
No.
I didn't win guess the number of DMC wrappers.
We didn't win the have a mystery frog sticker hiding under your chair.
Oh yes, that's right. Lucky chairs.
Yeah, we didn't have a lucky chair out on our table.
No, we weren't expecting to get.
Oh no, we were not expecting a lucky chair on our table because I was there.
Yes.
No. So that's fine. Sort of, vendors don't expect to win such things. But we were eligible for all the other games, which is lovely because sometimes we're
lovely
not.
to be included.
Yeah. We also sorry, keep going with games.
Yeah, and so were there any other games? No, I think that was it.
You won the colours, didn't you?
That's right. So I was just getting to that.
Yeah.
So we had to guess the number. The swatches.
There was another game today. There was a game which was like a heads up one where we had to stand up, and if you could do the thing, you kept standing, and then the last man standing won a prize.
Yes.
I would have been still standing, except the fourth question was, have you ever been to Drouin before?
Yes.
Now, admittedly, I've probably driven through it, but I don't remember ever being, so I had to sit down.
Yeah, no, my mother lived in Drouin for a while, so yes, I've been to Drouin. What else was there? Have you got linen?
Yeah, linen, even weed
a project kitted up with silks.
Yes.
Do you speak another language? Yes, I do.
And
then I had to sit down because I don't have a cat.
And I have a cat. Or two.
Yes. And then the last one was, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, and I have an iPhone too. So
I have an iPhone, so yep, we were knocked out.
We were knocked out.
Dog lover, knocked out.
And not being drawn before knocked me out, but that was fine.
It was a really fun game. So yes, as Lisa just hinted, I won a game. I was a co-winner.
A co-winner.
So there were 9 colour swatches of DMC. We had to guess what they were. DMC 310, got that, easy. 3799 was a bit tricky, but most people got that. There was a white there. Did you get that?
I did 5200.
You would have got that.
Okay, good.
DMC 5200 was correct. There was a green, it was a yellow green. I got that.
I might have.
There was a red.
Yeah, which red was it?
666.
That was my first thought, and then I changed my mind.
Yeah, I didn't even come close.
That's what I first thought it was. So, yeah, okay.
There was a pale blue.
Yeah.
I think that was 747, and I got that.
Mm-hmm. There was a mauve.
There was a mauve. 310. No. 310. No. It was something. I will tell you.
I will have got that one because it was one of the colours that I just finished doing lavender farm with.
610.
I don't remember the number.
Something.
It was exactly the colour, so I knew I could find that one.
Yes. Yeah, so it was good.
Bright yellow. There was a bright yellow as well.
744.
Okay,
there you go. So, yes. Yeah.
So what did you win?
I won. I got 6 out of 9 colours.
So 2 people got 6 out of 9.
And that was enough to win.
Yes.
I won the Country Threads birth sampler.
It's beautiful.
It's very cute. And I have just seen someone has finished it somewhere. So yes, I am not expecting, but there is a baby coming in my family. So yeah, I'm looking.
Perfect.
It is perfect, and it's totally my brother and sister-in-law's vibe.
And that's why we got the fabric.
And that's why I have the fabric. So yes, that's why it's also been broken out of the package. I've done the floss toss. I think I tried about 7 or 8 different fabrics, and that was just so good to have all of the fabrics there. It's a large piece of fabric. I don't need a large fabric, so now I've got spare.
Spare for something else.
Spare for something else.
Okay, and all right, so that pretty much wraps up most of the retreat.
Yes.
Stitchy kindness.
No, I was giving Stitchy kindness.
Yes, Natalie was giving Stitchy kindness, and I'm a very bad person.
You are a very bad
because
person.
you gave it to me the night before.
I did. I gave it to you the night before.
Hold on. 1 moment. I can get that. I know where it is.
I think it's in your notions box.
No, I don't think it's in my notions.
Where have you put it? She's just completely run off shot. You can hear her.
Hear me padding around our beautiful room, which I'd just like to point out does not have a barcode above the bed today.
No barcodes above the bed.
Natalie very kindly, personally stitched a number of us a monogrammed ornament needle minder. Right? Yeah. So I chose the beautiful, that's perfect. The beautiful metallic L in just the font I love. I love the swirly L's. And with that, she also gave us some gorgeous floss drops. And just because we might need a bit of relaxing, and a beautiful tea.
Yep. There we go.
So that was a lovely stitchy kindness that a bunch of us got from knitting out. I was feeling very bad because I actually had table gifts ready and I've left them at home. But if that's all I left at home with everything I had to think of, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
And then, oh wait, there's more. I didn't get any other stitchy kindness as such, but it sort of fits in this typical. Lovely Joy, our friend from Tasmania, had found in a store a while ago this beautiful Charles Wasocki pattern, which is called Country Heartland, and she messaged me and said, did I want it? So she bought it for me to buy, and she gave it to me, and I'd forgotten all about it. So thank you so much, Joy. It was just so lovely to get an unexpected beautiful Charles Wasocki to add to my little collection of those. And I've never had this before. I got a thank you gift from Jackie and the organisers, all the spenders did, for coming.
And that is so lovely.
What? That's amazing.
It is so kind.
With a gorgeous card and very personalised for me. It's a local gluten-free pancake mix. So
what a treat.
Well, what a treat. I'm thrilled, and also the fact that it's something that I can actually eat.
Yes.
Because Jackie knows that I'm gluten-free, and you know, I've never had a thank you gift. That's so unnecessary, but it's just so heartwarming, and it just shows the generosity and the whole feel. The whole retreat was relaxed, welcoming, inclusive.
It was
friendly.
so chill.
Yeah.
It was so chill. It was small. We should say, how many people were there?
Oh yeah, there was
less than 50.
Less than 50, just under 50. As you said, 8 tables of 7. That's about 48. I think was what was there. We had one like preteen.
Yes.
Who came with her mum, and then today we actually had a guest visit from Justin the handlebar stitcher.
Yes.
So we had a male stitcher as well.
That's right.
And the rest of us were a very diverse group.
Yeah.
Mixed age between, I would say, late 20s to
70s, 80s.
70s, 80s, yeah. So it was the full spectrum.
The full spectrum of stitches.
And the styles, which you'll also see in my video, in my walk around. I don't know if you will in Nat's, because I don't know what she did.
No.
But she's welcome to borrow my video.
I would love to borrow your video.
Well, you'll see it in her version too, of me walking around. I sort of did the usual table interview of what people were stitching, and it was just a bit of everything. It was lovely.
No, it was really good, and people brought different things to stitch throughout. So with Lisa's walkthrough, you will see what it was on just one day. Other people brought other things.
A lot of people actually seem to do a different piece each day.
Yeah.
And because it was basically 3 days, that worked really well for them. I ended up only on the 2, which we're going to head to now.
Yes.
Because Natalie and I, we're very good girls.
We stitched the retreat piece.
Let's show them. And not only did we stitch it, we both got a finish.
Ring that bell, Lisa.
Ding-a-ling! So this was pink.
It is.
Tell us what it is, Natalie.
It is the Victorian Pink Heath, and it's by Fuzzy Fox Designs.
And it's stitched on a piece of 32 count even weave by Paddock Lane Designs, specially designed for this pattern, dyed for this pattern as a version of my Hint of Mint.
And it's just the most perfect colouring. There's back stitching. There are 8 beads. And the back, it was really easy. It was a really easy stitch. What are you going to do with yours?
Well, I
this screams Biscornu to me. So what I'm going to do, because the piece of fabric that we were given is enough for two, for a Biscornu sort of finish.
If you didn't stitch it in the middle like I did.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's okay.
So I'm going to stitch a Biscornu back on the other half. I'm actually going to do the center greenery and the like probably the brown lines, but take the middle out because obviously that'll become a button or something. And then I'm going to get this pink flower and maybe make the big pink flowers come out so that when it's the Biscornu on the back, it's still got the interest, but it's not as, you don't want it as fancy on the bottom as the top.
No.
So that's my plan. And Natalie, what are you going to do?
I'm going to do something similar, but it's going to be a little pin cushion. So instead of it being a larger Biscornu, it'll just be much smaller. I'm also going to take and adapt this design and turn it into a little interior for a project that we're going to do for Lisa's next retreat. We've got with the Notions box, and many Notions boxes have a little flippy lid, and Lisa's
Well, you're going to see it.
I'm
Let's
going
show
to see
you.
it. What?
Show you right now.
Yes, let's show.
We'll tell you what I finished. I had 2 finishes.
Yes.
Okay. So I have designed for the flippy lid for the Notions box 3 patterns that people can choose to do onto there. So this is the top one, the Notions, and the idea is that you've got your flippy lid part, so you're going to have a beautiful stitched piece there to flip, and when you flip it over, you've got another beautiful stitched piece. But what Natalie's going to do is,
so the pin cushion's going to go in there, this section here.
So if you get your little, pattern, and we can show them. See, look, like how perfect is that going to go as a pin cushion
It's going to just sit right in.
So we have been having a great time brainstorming and working out exactly what Natalie's going to do with her piece, since she did stitch it in the middle of the fabric, which was what you would do with a center starting sort of pattern.
That's all right.
The other thing I found really cool about us stitching together next to each other, 2 things. Number one, we started at the same time.
Yes.
But we stitched it a different way. So Natalie started and actually did a sort of a quarter at a time, filling out the whole motif. Whereas I colour completed and did the brown square, and then I did the green, and then I added this colour of pink. Fantastic to see 2 totally different ways of doing exactly the same project. We are also very competitive with each other when it's Beat the Modmin weekend. And this weekend is Beat the Modmin weekend.
Yes.
So Natalie decided to go for me. I didn't go for her because I didn't think I'd get a lot of stitching done. Because I didn't know how busy I'd be with the shop and everything. So I went for someone else, but Natalie was going for me.
Yes.
And on the end of the first day, I was winning by a mile. But Lisa's a goose, and Lisa wanted to get to my goal, because I find the Whip Warriors challenges and everything really good for just getting me to the next goal. So we got booted out at 10 o'clock, which was perfectly reasonable, fantastic to be able to stitch till 10 o'clock. But I had just a few more stitches to get to the 100 that I wanted to get to.
Temptation.
So I took it home to the hotel.
Did you get those extra stitches
I
done
did.
that night?
I got to 909.
Well done.
Right, which was great. So that's what I stitched, 909 on it on the Friday.
First day, yeah.
And that was between 12 and 10.
Yeah.
While I had an opening shop. So I had a great time.
You were
I was
stopping
focused.
and starting, but
great.
you were focused.
It was great. It was going really well for me. But the problem is, on Saturday, I got to the retreat and it was a big golfing day. So parking wasn't really, a little bit tricky. And I realised I'd forgotten the stitching bag in the hotel.
So you'd left behind your project.
I'd left behind the project, which only had... Gosh, how much did I have to go?
You only had a few of the bells and some of the green to go.
I only had about 200 and something stitches to go to finish it. So my plan was, I'll finish it first thing Saturday morning. It'll be done. I'll move on to something else. But I couldn't, because it was in the hotel, and I could have gone back and got it, but it wasn't really worth it, because I also then gave me the reason to start this. And those who know me will notice something interesting about this. Do you notice what it's stitched on, people?
Oh, was it Paddock Lane?
Well, of course it's Paddock Lane.
It's Ada.
It's a piece of, it's like it's Ada. It's a 16 count colonial parchment from Paddock Lane Designs. And I had it in my stash to do for this, because I'm doing the model for my class. And I thought it might be nice for people to see what it looks like on an Ada and even weave. So I'm going to do one side on each.
Yeah.
I don't normally stitch on Ada these days because I prefer even weave and linen. That's just my personal preference. So I was stitching on this, but the good thing was I could actually see the holes without my glasses because I wear double glasses when I stitch. It meant it was slower and I was a lot more tired.
Yeah.
But I did get it, finished.
You got it done.
So today I had 2 finishes. I felt like a bit of a hog of the bell.
Yes, you were a bit of a bell hog.
A bell hog, but that's okay.
That's all right.
So it was nice to have two finishes for it. And so on Ada, which meant that Natalie almost finished yesterday.
Oh, so close. So I did take mine home and I got everything except for the beads because didn't bring a beading needle.
No, and there's a point for me. I'm going to have beading needles available for sale because you might need them.
Yes.
And we needed them, but fortunately lovely Jackie had one. So last night I went and stitched at Jackie's house and I borrowed her beading needle and I very kindly gave it to Natalie to finish first this morning. I could have held it hostage until I was up to it, but I'm a kind and generous soul.
You are a very kind person. Thank you, Lisa. So competitive stitcher. It was a real hare and tortoise.
It really was a hare and tortoise race.
Yeah.
So kudos to Natalie. She won the race because Lisa was an idiot and left the project and glasses at home.
There's something in that for all of us.
There is. All right. So that's basically us as our wrap up.
Oh, I haven't shown the last bit of stitching I did. So
I'm sorry, there's more stitching. I forgot about that. Apologies.
No. So I also brought along another project also on Ada.
Yes.
And I was stitching the Mojo Stitches. A is for aardvark, B is for balloon. And I'm stitching on the A's for aardvark. And oh, look at that. We can see some of the needle minders that I picked up.
Yeah.
So which way up is it? This way. There we go. So I am working on the cubes. Now, I nearly made a mistake, but I'm stitching with NPI silks and with Silks for You silks in this.
And you're stitching on a 14 count crunchy Is there any particular reason?
It was gifted to me, but I do need a crunchy, nice stiff Ada to be able to shape the cubes.
To make the cubes.
To make the cubes. It's just going to make it that much easier. So I'm trying not to manipulate the Ada very much.
Yes,
because
your cube's going to be able to sit a lot squarer. So if you look at the pattern, which is beautifully stitched in linen by Jo, you can see they're sort of a little bit saggy at places because the linen has less structure to the fabric, whereas the Ada,
especially if you don't wash it and you don't kind of crunch it up too much.
Yes, and then you'll be able to like do an iron-on interfacing or something and you'll have quite a lot of structural integrity to that box.
That's right. So yeah, looking forward to working on that.
Yes, lovely.
Yeah.
That's our stitching,
That
guys.
is our stitching.
So that leaves us, the next thing is plans.
Yeah, plans. So in 3 weeks' time, we have the Stitching in the Mountains retreat.
Summer version.
I will be getting ready my Notions box bits and pieces. I've now had the inspiration and I want to have something ready to actually finish with the Notions box workshop that you're going to run.
And can I just butt in on that for anyone who's coming to that retreat? You don't need to do this preparation Natalie's doing. I will have kits available that have everything you need so you can take the class and get it done while we're there.
Yes.
It's just Natalie did my class previously, so she doesn't really need to do the class, but she wants to feel involved. Just wanted to put that in there.
Yeah, no, that's right. What else will I be doing? I will be working on working my Christmas whips as well.
Your tea towel one.
My tea towel one, which I did bring with me, but I haven't touched.
And we also will both be working on our Veronica Christmas tree, because that was a goal to get it finished by Christmas.
Yeah, and we've got a month to go.
Yeah, even me, who's like probably, well, no, I'm not the furthest behind in the group that started it, okay?
No.
But out of me, Natalie and Sue, I'm the furthest behind at this present time.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
That is okay.
I can catch up.
Yeah, so there's some Christmas stitching to do. We've got some Whip Warriors challenges that are running at the moment that will help me work through my Q's, Y's and Z's.
Yes. Can I butt in again?
Yes.
Whip Warriors people, here is your friendly public service announcement to say Whip Warriors is opening up to new members on
the 10th, which is
Tomorrow.
So it will be opening, I think it's tomorrow.
No, it's today.
It's today, okay. Well, it's opening up basically
Tonight.
For new members to join. You need to make sure that you answer the questions if you want to join Whip Warriors, and you need to be aware that we are a fun, inclusive group where there's something for everyone, but not everything is for everyone, and we expect you to participate. The whole point is to help you work on your whips.
So if you're not participating,
you will be booted.
You're also not progressing your whips.
No, and
so why would you?
We are here to help you, to give you motivation and incentive to work on your whips, and you can start new things, that's fine, but we want you to be actively participating, and we do have a requirement that you have to earn 3 threads, which is, think of it like points, a month. It is so easy to earn 3 points. If you're doing the road trip, you're going to earn them.
Yeah.
The easiest way to earn 3 threads is we have a group, an event we're doing at the moment at the start of every month called the Focus event. You post a start, you do some stitching, you post an end, you get a participation thread.
So easy.
There's one. You can do the exact same stitches with the exact same photos, and you can count them
for Beat the Mod Me.
Beat the Mod Me. That's 2 threads.
Road trip.
Yep. You can use the same things for 3 things simultaneously. But you can also then, for your third thread, categories, yep, you can double dip. Categories, you do a couple of the little prompts, gets you a thread.
Yep.
So it's not just you do one category, you get a thread, you've got to do a couple, but not many. I think it's 2 or 3.
Yep.
So if you can do 2 or 3 little prompts and you're just showing progress, there's no set requirement, and you can do time or counting for everything except Beat the Mod Min generally.
Yeah, generally.
So anyway, there will be an admin video coming out with Martha and I during this week to welcome everyone into the group and tell them how it runs, because the lovely Natalie has stepped down from being an admin, and we do thank her personally for all the hard work. But she's still around.
I'm still around, and I will still pipe up every now and then.
She's still doing her big stick adminning in the background that she's really good at. So
if I have to big stick, there's been something going wrong.
Yeah. So Natalie, will still pipe it in when she needs to. She's just not being an active admin because of family life and things that she needs to focus on.
Yep.
And so we've got a whole new team. We've got some new people on board, and they're already started and doing fantastic.
It's so exciting to see. 2025 is going to be electric.
Now, in order to join the Whip Warriors road trip, you do need to be a member of the main Whip Warriors group first.
Yes.
So you need to find Whip Warriors, join that, and then you can go in and request to join the road trip should you want to do that. But the road trip is the fast, action-paced, fun, constantly changing, don't know what's happening. For the people who like that sort of thing, it's not for everybody.
No, it is not for everybody, and that's okay.
All right. So anyway, enough of that. We can do whole videos on that topic.
Yes.
My plans are basically I want to finish Blueberry Homecoming.
Oh, good.
And I need to finish at least up to the last block on Hawk Run Hollow, Village of Hawk Run Hollow. So that's my focus when I get home as far as my stitching. And obviously the Veronique tree, and I've got to catch up my bedroom sal. And then there's a few others I'd like to try and just get a little bit of, knocking over work done on. Just depends on how much stitching time I get, because with the retreats and preparation for retreats, I don't get as much stitching time.
No.
And that's fine.
That's okay.
So I have my goals are more to try and get to by the end of the year, more than just November. All right, friends, I think that's enough.
I think that's enough from both of us, really. Enjoy some of the footage from the retreat,
and we'll show you a bit of footage after this on maybe a bit of the road trip home.
That's
we're
right.
Going up the coast road for a bit.
No, we're going up the Can Valley Highway. We're going to be going via Cooma and Canberra, so we're going up into the Australian Highlands,
the snowy area,
the snowies,
but it's not the snowy season.
No, it's basically summer. Yep.
So we'll show you a bit of that, at least on my video. And you can enjoy that, and we'll chat to you more on that bit. Bye.